Junk Car Willie here at the 30th E.C.T.A Motorsports here at Blytheville, Arkansas at the Arkansas AEROPLEX. That is a mouthful. And here I've got Kevin Dunn, and you're out of Minnesota, right?
Actually, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
DeSoto, Kansas.
And he's got this beautiful 67 Firebird that he has owned for 42 years since he was 16. It was a green 6-cylinder overhead cam car. And now he just went hill climbing how many weeks ago in it?
A couple weeks ago did my first hill climb down at Pineville, Kentucky. And fun as heck, scary as heck, and loved it. And I'll keep doing it.
I guess what I want to start out is, let's start back to when you got the high school car. How long did you leave it original before you started your first different?
Yeah, so
you're new to land speed racing, but you did a little bit of everything.
I've done a little bit of everything since then. Yeah, I've owned it 43 years. It was my first car when I was 16.
43 years, I got you.
Started life as an overhead cam 6-cylinder 1-barrel, and of course when you're 16 that's not cool. So got rid of the 6, put in a V8 Pontiac 400 at that time, and it's had a multitude of transmissions, automatic, 4-speed, this and that, but it was a green rusted out old Firebird back then. I'm trying to think, it was probably,
I've been around 81 43 years ago, so yeah, back then they was just an old, it wasn't really like they are desired right now. Yeah,
and that time that was my first car my parents bought me. I think it was $700.
Yeah, I believe.
And it was running driving.
Yeah.
That was in January, actually Super Bowl Sunday of '81 we bought it.
Super Bowl Sunday of '81.
I'm trying to think when probably within 2 years I started the body restoration, and that's when I decided to go orange.
Okay.
And for the longest time it had a 400 in it with a 4-speed, and it stayed orange with the stock body. Let these guys get past
yeah, stay here a little better.
But
check him out as he goes. Just putting along. That one's quiet there.
So, I drove it for many years. I autocrossed it with the stock body. It really just kind of had fun with it throughout college. And then in about 2016, I started to get serious. I got involved with the Optima Ultimate Street Car Series. And it takes you around to road courses around the nation. Everywhere from Laguna Seca to Road America, Atlanta Motorsports Park, NCM. Raced this at a lot of tracks. That's when things got a little more serious. The wide body happened, the side pipes, it became closer to a race car and less a street car.
Yep.
And then this year, well, 2 years ago, I decided to build a new engine. We'll touch on that.
We'll touch on that when we get around.
Hold off on that, but since 2016, I've been competing mostly in road course type stuff.
It's beautifully done. Like some cars I see, it's like too well done. Them wide wheels look good on that. And then you was telling me a little bit about this hood. You want to touch on that? How you made that hood?
So, Pontiac's dead, of course, and I wanted to incorporate an element from every generation of the Firebird. The hood has the scoops are off of a 2002 4th gen Trans Am WS6. The fender extractors are off of off to the side. Those are off a 2nd gen Trans Am.
Yeah.
The rear spoiler, that's off a 4th gen Trans Am.
I never caught that.
So I've tried to incorporate a design element from every generation. The 3rd generation was the 80s. It was a tough design time, so I've not found a 3rd gen element
that would look right.
That it'll happen, but so if any of you think of something, drop me a line.
Drop him a line, man. Comment in this video or something.
5-slot mags were cool when I was in high school.
Kidney beans, whatever you call them, slots. Right, I liked them.
Yeah.
They had different names, but that's one of my favorite wheels. Yeah.
And the side pipes and the flares, I've just always liked that look.
Well, it just got a mean looking. I mean, this car gets attention before you go any kind of speed at it. I mean, inside it's all business. What kind of top speed we get today?
Today was 145.
And yesterday?
I'm right in that same area.
Same area.
Yeah.
But we had a throwout bearing, right?
Well, on my third run today, a throwout bearing threw up. And, so that's
but
the end of my weekend.
That's a minor compared to how it could have been an engine or something like that.
Worse, so I'm totally fine with that.
But I walk around it, and yeah, you pop the hood while I'm walking around it.
Go ahead,
we have an amazing story to tell you here. Under it's got a 1 of a 1 under here, and he's just not bragging on it enough. I mean, his back should be sore from getting the pats on it. I'm gonna let you just start what kind of motor it was, and then you'll go to what I was talking about if you don't care.
Absolutely. So it's a Pontiac 455. It's de-stroked to a 446. So I'm running a 4-inch stroke crank. Has a DCI Motorsports Ram Air 5 heads. It's kind of the modern interpretation of the original Ram Air 5 tunnel port heads. The first thing you notice about it is the carburetors.
Yes.
All 8 Weber IDAs. And the part you were talking about, 1 of 1, nobody makes a 8-stack manifold for Pontiacs. And so I took it upon myself to design one up in CAD. I machined these top plates and the head plates, but the runners, those are not aluminum. Those are actually 3D printed. I print those out of a nylon glass fiber composite material. And then 3M, of course, makes an epoxy to glue anything to anything these days, and so they are epoxied together. They've held up under race conditions. Everything's good to 500 degrees Celsius, so no temperature issues.
I think it's amazing what you're doing, what you did there.
Thank you.
What? I mean, man, he's like. Would you mess around a little bit with the 3D printer already, and you thought, man, I can do something like that? How'd the idea? I always wonder how the idea even comes up.
I bought the 3D printer specifically to do these.
Oh, okay.
So it was really my first jump into 3D printing. Yeah, I've not been 3D printing for years and years. I've done CAD work and was able to model it. And so, yeah.
Right there. That was your hill climb right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was down in Plainville, Kentucky.
Great.
And, but no, the engine's performing great. Red line's at 7,000. Making dyno to around 650 horsepower.
Wow.
So it's
what kind of torque you getting on that? Where it's high in gear, it's a little lower, isn't it?
I can't remember what I had for breakfast. So it's upper 500s, I believe.
Now we want to find you on. Where can we find you on Facebook, social media, YouTube? Where can we find you at?
It's at CastleWorks Motorsports.
Okay.
Yep.
It's on YouTube and Facebook, or just
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Okay. What is it? Starts with the C or K?
With a C. Yeah.
CastleWorks.
CastleWorksMotorsports.com.
Okay.
And,
check him out, and you probably got past pictures of this. Where you stuff?
Oh, I've got build pictures.
Build picture. Oh, that's what I was hoping. Okay.
The first day I bought it.
Oh man, I haven't been there yet. I just met him yesterday or Thursday. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. Today's Saturday, right? You was here Thursday or Friday? Yeah. And I did an interview, and long story, I busted my phone. But I wanted to come back, and it's actually a better interview because we're talking more about his runs. You can see, he's got the grime of the racetrack on there to make it look that much better to me. It's a real race car.
This was my first.
Great person right here helps him out here. What's your name, hon?
I'm Ginger.
Ginger's here, and she's supporting him big time.
Best pit crew ever.
Best pit crew, and best looking too. Let's say it. Let's be honest. Best looking. Let's be honest about it. He's gonna hit me when I get out of here, guys.
So this was my first land speed event. Never done one.
That's what I wanted to bring up too. Yeah, this is all new to you.
I learned a lot. There's a lot of technique involved in land speed that I just
you didn't realize.
It's not just point it straight and floor it. There's a whole lot to hitting your number at the end of the mile.
How do you feel about the event here and what they're putting on here?
It's fantastic.
What Steve Strupp is doing here is pretty good, isn't it?
The hospitality of everybody is amazing.
Not just the crew, the other guys, and you've got guys that's been here for quite a few years. They want you to go your fastest.
Right.
They're competing against themselves. Land speed racing, you're setting more, but you're really kind of trying to top that speed.
Right.
You're lining up against somebody,
right.
And every car is different, so you can't really compare them as far as speed.
We're just all out here to have fun.
Definitely the best looking muscle car here. Definitely old school. It just rocks, man. And
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you giving me this time, you know, and I hope you guys go check it out. What I'll do is I'll go there and I'll start sharing some of his pictures, maybe the first picture of it, and that's all I'm going to build on my. I've got this Junk Car Willie YouTube, this will be on. I'll put it on my Facebook page, and I also got a group where you could go post. It's called Junk Car Willie 2. The number 2, post your old cars, so you could go in there and post your stuff. Okay. It's a small group. It's only got like 7,000 or something, but it still gets a lot of views. It gets good views, so a lot of people would see it. Okay. So I'd appreciate that. But fantastic. Thank you again, buddy.
You bet.
Man, you the man, man. This guy has been, everybody's been coming up talking to him because this car is an eye catcher, and he can't quit talking about it. He loves it. You ain't bugging this guy. You see this car out on a trailer, chase him down. He'll talk about it.
Yes, I will.
One of one, guys. One of one. As always, guys, it'd be a boring world if we was all the same. Keep being you.